Motor Week is made possible by Rock Auto and Tire Rack.
Hello and welcome to Motor Week. Well, the party's still going on with more new car preview festivities. This time we take a gander at all the 1984 products from both the biggest domestic automaker, General Motors, and the smallest, American Motors. Now, unlike AMC, GM has always been in the enviable position of having enough money to introduce innovative products almost at will. They also offer such a wide variety of standard sedans, hatchbacks, wagons, and trucks that they literally blanket every major marketing segment. Covering their 6 divisions and some 50 models isn't an easy task, but it's one we're happy to tackle. So let's start with the newest of the new for 1984 from General Motors. The General is naturally very proud to present his and America's second true two-seater sports car, the 1984 Pontiac Fiero 2M4. The 2M4 means 2-passenger, mid-engine, 4 cylinders, and a whole lot of fun. The Fiero is small, less than 13.5 feet long. With an all-plastic body, it combines high technology and off-the-shelf parts for a tantalizing middle-class base price of around $9 grand. Just in case you think this is another frivolous second childhood toy, Pontiac sold the Fiero idea to GM brass through the promise of great fuel economy. So the stripped commuter car version delivers 50 big miles per gallon on the highway. A lot of the Fiero story lies in the way it's made. All chassis come one way as a drivable space frame roll cage. It's so rigid it will actually pass all government crash tests without its outer skin. Like most mid-engine cars, the front bay houses necessities such as cooling and brake components, as well as the spare. Even with an outside shape reminiscent of the Fiat Bertone X19, the Fiero has an Americanized cockpit that provides more interior room than a 6-footer could ever need. Directly behind the cockpit is a 2.5-liter Iron Duke 4-cylinder connected to a 4-speed manual or a 3-gear automatic. And if you think luggage space is scarce, think again. 2 golf bags or 1 huge suitcase or a good half-dozen nylon carry-alls will easily fit in the carpeted rear cargo well. The chassis itself sports an unequal A-arm front suspension with most parts borrowed from the subcompact Chevette Pontiac 1000. A round back, more independent ways with McPherson struts inside coil springs. Combined with a superb 41% front, 59% rear weight distribution, it gives the 92 horsepower Fiero outstanding handling. Of course, this Porsche look-alike emblem is hardly a mistake, and we'll keep you informed about the even faster Fiero waiting in the wings. 2M V6 EFI, anyone? Or can you afford something like a 2F V8 Go Go Go? Otherwise known as America's original two-seater speedster, the 1984 Chevrolet Corvette. The big news for you future Vette buyers is that several impatiently awaited options are finally available, including the Doug Nash 4+3 manual electronic gearbox and single-piece tinted glass roof, now finally in production. Now, both the Corvette and the Fiero are what the industry calls showroom traffic builders or traffic stoppers, designed more to tease the average buyer than anything else. After all, one of the General's more pedestrian products is usually the one that gets driven home. And for 84, they come with both subtle and important changes. But the most important change has actually been delayed. The first really big front-drive cars, known as the GM C-bodies, won't see light of day until at least the spring thaw. But as our spy photos show, they're certainly long, with wheelbases of 110 inches, and have almost as much interior room as the much bigger rear-drive behemoths they'll replace. But you say you like big cars? Well, so do a lot of other people. So land yachts such as the Oldsmobile 98 Regency and its sister Buick Electra are selling well. With fuel plentiful right now, Americans are returning to their old ways. While Buick will probably drop all but its Electra wagon when the front drive Cs arrive, Olds will continue the 98 throughout the model year. But even when the big front drivers arrive, GM's only slightly smaller B-bodies, spearheaded by the Chevrolet Caprice Classic, will continue to serve the traditional-minded family. In fact, demand is so brisk that Chevy has brought back the two-door version dropped only last year. Pontiac has even reinstated an entire full-size car line with the Canadian-built Parisienne sedan and wagon. Oldsmobile also has firm plans for its Delta 88 series. Along with Buick's LeSabre and all other GM products, it gets a new high-efficiency cruise control for 84. The new system uses less vacuum than before and features acceleration and tap-up, tap-down speed set. At 108 inches of wheelbase, one notch smaller on the rear drive ladder, lies this mid-size Pontiac Bonneville four-door sedan. Buick continues its similar Regal sedan and Olds its Cutlass Supreme. But Chevrolet is discontinuing their Malibu lineup, and none of the divisions will offer a rear-drive intermediate wagon for 1984. While the four-door versions of the so-called G bodies are slowly disappearing, the two-door coupes are getting more attention than ever. The Olds Cutlass Supreme Coupe is one of the best-selling cars in the country. It'll continue its cautious performance image with a new paint job for the macho Hurst Olds. There's not a lot new happening from Pontiac's popular Grand Prix, but both Chevrolet and Buick are using their coupes to promote their NASCAR stock car victories. The 84 Monte Carlo SS enhances its nose job with the addition of 5 more horsepower, bucket seats, and a 4-speed automatic. Over at Buick, the Regal sports a revised front end, and on this T-Type, something really revolutionary. This 3.8-liter turbocharged V6 not only has expensive sequential multi-point fuel injection, but has the first ignition without a distributor as well, offering computer-controlled precision to spark plug firing. A limited edition, all-black Grand National Regal will be available mid-year. But from the flashy and fast, we move down to the more mundane but sturdy. The Chevrolet Chevette and Pontiac 1000 will once again push against a front-drive small car world from their rear wheels. While the 1000 will be available only with a 1.6-liter gas power plant, Chevrolet will again offer an Isuzu-made 1.8-liter diesel as an option. That diesel will add a wintertime fuel line heater for 1984. However, if there's one GM body style that's likely to remain rear drive for a very long time, it's the sporty 2+2 F coupes, such as this Chevrolet Camaro Z28. The Z, locked in a fierce power battle with a rampaging horse from Dearborn, enters 1984 with only slight trim refinements. But the middle management Berlinetta version gets a super high-tech interior that includes an electronic dash with pod-mounted controls, and a German-inspired radio on a stick. Pontiac's Firebird gets a new bird hood logo as standard, with a grille-less aero package as an option. A newly added high-output 5-liter V8 continues its high-performance Bandit image. But as the world moves inevitably to pull-me cars, GM is destined not to be left behind by offering for 1984 America's first front-drive, international-sized wagon. With all 4 family car divisions having their own label, they'll all be similar in style and trim to this Pontiac 6000. Slim-sized with seating for up to 8, most models can be ordered with a 2-way hatch that includes a swing-up glass housed within the full-size tailgate. Chevrolet goes a bit further with their Celebrity wagon, offering a blacked-out Eurosport package. With red piping and a new grille that can be found on all Celebrities, it's simply a cover for revised suspension, 14-inch rally wheels, and high-performance tires. The Eurosport package is also naturally offered on Celebrity coupes and sedans. With the addition of a 130-horsepower high-output V6, it's no doubt meant to be a slightly less well-heeled challenger to this car, the immensely popular Pontiac 6000 STE 4-door sedan. Entering its second year with an exclusive backlog of orders, the STE's sophisticated image is enhanced with a new electronic dash that even includes a tach, but alas, still no companion manual gearbox. Buick will also offer its version of A-body performance with yet another twist. Under the hood of this Century T-Type lies Buick's own 3.8-liter multi-port fuel-injected V6. With more electronics than Radio Shack, it's an exciting power plant. Not to be outdone, Olds has borrowed the same motor for their Cutlass Sierra, and in the slick ES sedan, it's found a worthy home. But if you think Olds hasn't got its own ideas on performance, rest assured that the turbo diesel Sierra you've heard about is more than just a rumor. Along with the A's, GM's other front drive models continue their onslaught on the something for every size markets. The much talked about X cars are still led by the Chevrolet Citation and its sporty two-door notchback and two-door slantback X11. Along with the two-door coupe and four-door hatchback Pontiac Phoenix. And two- or four-door sedans from Olds, such as the Omega, and from Buick, the Skylark. For 1984, the Skylark T-Type, like most Buick performance cars, features a unique electronic bar graph tachometer. GM's smallest and newest front drive cars, the J-bodies, all get slightly revised styling this year and continue to offer a wide variety of coupe, sedans, and wagons. The Chevrolet Cavalier sports a new quad headlight fascia that gives it the appearance of a much bigger car. A Venetian blind grille spreads the full lower front end of the Oldsmobile Forenza. But a real change is brewing in the Pontiac 2000. It's called four-cylinder overhead cam fuel-injected turbo power. When matched with this sweet 2000 Sunbird convertible, it puts some long-awaited pizzazz into these subcompact front wheelers. Chevrolet will also add a Cavalier soft top, but Buick will stick with its high-tech locomotion image and borrow the turbo motor for its Skyhawk T-Type. So now Buick will have hot air boost at both ends of its front-wheel drive car lines, with the high-tech turbo V6 found in the Regal also blazing a path in the big Riviera T-Types. Naturally, the classy Riviera convertible also returns. Olds will keep a roof over its head with more traditional 6- and 8-cylinder gas and V8 diesel power and the stately Toronado coupe. But if you're not sure whether you want front or rear-wheel drive or both, you might be better off looking at the long line of trucks and all-wheel off-road vehicles from the General Motors Coach Division and from Chevrolet, where the downsized and highly versatile S10 Blazer and GMC S15 Jimmy add the extra feature of a slide-open rear side glass for 1984. Now, you may have noticed that we haven't talked about one GM marque, Cadillac. Indeed, that division does stand alone. While patiently waiting for their new front-drive Fleetwoods due out in the spring, which will be the only C-bodies with V8s, they're cautiously refining their carryovers. The rear-drive Fleetwood Brougham will continue throughout the model year with only one noticeable exterior change, a new gold-toned Cadillac crest in the front park and turn signal lenses. The DeVille coupes and sedans get similar touches. And the front-drive Seville gets a floating caddy crest in its taillights. The Eldorado leads with its striking Biarritz convertible, along with the semi-sporty Eldorado Touring Coupe. And finally, the J-Drive Cimarron, as it begins to fulfill Cadillac's quest for the broader market, gets a more European-like grille and continues a special edition Midnight Black Dioro. Rounding out the top of GM's extensive array of cars and trucks that are hoped will leave almost no buyer passed by.